Hey, listen, man, what about that? How about that Rick James? He's in trouble. He's in a lot of hot water for assaulting a girlfriend. Here's a little note to the ladies. Getting branded on the thigh with a cigarette, not foreplay. And a little tip to the ladies. This is gold. But no, this is what happened. I was on the airplane. Do you ever hear a story that means you have no reference to the story ever at all?
Yeah, sure I do.
So I got off the airplane, and the guy says to me, because everything moves so fast, the guy says, "You hear what happened?" I go, "What?" "With the baby and the hot air balloons." And you're like, "What? Are you telling me a joke?" It sounded like the guy was going to tell me one of those great old jokes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, a rabbi, a priest, and a nun walk into a bar. That's the same sort of start. You hear about the baby and the hot air balloon.
I'm like, no, what? You never know. You don't know if the guy's putting you on.
Right.
And he's like, and he goes, "You know the guy?" I go, "Who's the guy?" As if I would know the guy.
Right.
He goes, "The guy from Wife Swap." Like, like I'm the moron for not
putting these.
I said, "Wife Swap?" He goes, "Well, Wife Swap too." And he's like, his attitude was like, "Where have you been?"
Yeah, well, the amazing thing is that you're so much of an adult, you can't put this disparate list of ingredients together. Baby, hot air balloon, Wife Swap 1. No, Wife Swap 2. Where do you take it from there, Norman?
Well, I know kids love rides.
Yes.
But I will say about the whole hot air balloon industry, I've never been I don't know, man. I've never been one to say, "Hey, I'd like to go up on a balloon with a blazing fire underneath me." It seems like there's about 7 ways that you could end up perishing. There's only one way you could survive.
The only people who have ever pitched it historically were Forbes magazine, Malcolm Forbes, and Jules Verne. They're the only people who ever made hay off the hot air balloon. Everybody else, you're right, has ended up on Mysterious Island.
Don't you think Malcolm Forbes, he's like, "Hey, man, maybe if I go up on this hot air balloon all the time, people will think of me as a hot air balloon guy and not a secret fruit."
Well, everybody has their motives. I think you might have laser locked on. So you're not sending your boy up in
myself in that.
Oh, you're not sending your own son up in the hot air balloon, Norm.
No way, man. No, my son's just into regular boyhood things, bungee jumping.
Right. Indelible paintball.
Yeah, he likes to cut himself because he says it makes him feel something. I'm like, what's wrong with feeling nothing like everybody else?
This happened to me one time. Because, like, people say, "Oh, you're a hypochondriac and shit," but I'm like, no, fuck, that's not it. It's like the only chance you got is early detection. That's all you got. And so I used to go to the Mayo Clinic, in Rochester, Minnesota, every year, and I would have, this is what I would do. Because I don't, this is what doctors do. They'll just you go, "Hey, I got a cough." That's probably a cold.
Right.
You know what I mean? They just brush everything off, especially if they know you're a hypochondriac.
That's what they told Jim Henson.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So what I would do is I'd go to this is what happened to me. I went to Rochester Mayo Clinic, and I would exaggerate all my symptoms. So I go to the stomach guy. He goes, "What do you got?" I go, "I fucking shitting blood. I'm coughing up blood." He goes, "Holy fuck." So he'd give me a full thing. I wanted to make sure I got a full thing. So every fucking guy, blood was coming out of my nose and ears and my asshole and everything. So anyways, just so I get a full, clean bill of health. So I did, and then that's when I'm most happy, is just when I'm walking out of that place.
Now, how long does that last?
Doesn't last long, because obviously 2 days later, the fucking thing can start. But then, a fucking 6 months later, I decided, I never had insurance before, so I decided to get, like, life insurance. Couldn't get it, right? So I was like, holy fuck, because sometimes they mix up files and shit. I said, I must have something wrong with me.
Oh, no.
And so I fucking said, why the fuck can't I get, nobody will accept me for life insurance. Anyway, it turns out that the life insurance people are privy to all the doctor's notes.
Oh, so you were
They got the
saying...
Dodgers notes. Even though I had a clean bill of health, they go, this guy's shitting blood, fucking blood everywhere, you know.
I can insure this motherfucker.
Yeah. So they said he must have some unknown disease.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
So it took me a long time, and then finally I had to get that fucking Ed McMahon life insurance.
Hey, I saw Matlock.
Only you would refer to Andy Griffith as Matlock.
Well, I you know, I don't want to get too arcane. Yeah, his real name's Andy Griffith, but now he calls himself Ben Matlock.
Where'd you bump into him at?
He was at the airport at the LAX.
You're kidding me. Now that would be a thrill for me.
Oh man, it was incredible because like I grew up watching the Andy Griffith Show, and then later when he changed his name to Ben Matlock.
Yeah.
So,
Norman, what do you got planned today? What are you going to do?
well, I was going to tell you my Matlock story, but
No, go ahead. Sorry, I've got time. Go ahead. Recount. I thought you had to go. Go ahead.
No, I remember I was telling you about how I met Andy Griffith.
Yes.
So he's reading this big book, you know.
Oh, right.
So
That's it.
I say I'll sidle up beside him and pretend to read a big book myself, you know, and then we'll get in a discussion, right? Because I didn't want to just bug him, you know.
That's how you meet people.
And I was hoping maybe he'd, by some crazy chance, maybe recognize me or something. So I stand beside him, and he's reading and everything like that, and I'm talking to him and everything. Anyways, turns out the guy's not Andy Griffith. Just an old man. So now I'm just talking to an old man who clearly is always like mistaken for Andy Griffith, but uses it, you know, because I'm like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and who would talk to an 85-year-old man? So this guy's just milking it, you know.
Colin, fucking, yeah, why don't you do roast, man? That roast you did of Artie was fucking awesome.
Oh, because they don't fucking bring me on those roasts.
Why?
I don't know. They should.
You're
They'd be
the
very
king.
funny.
They don't bring Jimmy on either.
They always want the new people. Oh, hey, guess what? There's a young girl that's middling attractive that swears a lot. Let's get her. Right? Is that the new fucking thing?
Yeah.
Sarah Silverman,
girls-
hysterical.
Right.
Who's funnier than her?
Nobody.
No, except dudes. But,
Nobody.
but I think she spawned these other ladies that they forget that she's funny, and they think the whole point is just to be
Semi-hot.
attractive, and then talk about sucking cock. And
You got to
crazy
show a
shit.
lot of leg. You got to show a lot of leg with
Yeah,
little
yeah,
skirts
yeah.
on, and then talk about sucking cock
Yeah.
and manipulating balls
Yeah.
with your hand, and it's hysterical.
Bring back Phyllis Diller. Some ugly old bag. Rosemary.
Rosemary.
Those are the funny ladies.
Wow.
Whoa, that is old.
The funny ladies always used to be ugly old bags.
I don't work out. I'm a weak man. You know that, Dennis.
Well, listen, you and I were on the Mount Olympus of weakness.
And not just physically.
Oh, no, in every way.
In every single way. So, I told the guy that, and he said he couldn't do anything except for the physical part. But I don't know if he was the best trainer anyway. He was smoking a butt the whole time.
No, that's not good.
That's just a joke. He was a big guy, and but I told him, I said, look, I don't want be big like you. You know, I don't want veins. I have no use for that in my arms. You know, or abs. I don't want abs. I don't even know quite what they are. All I know is they were invented around the 80s. And I don't even know what you do when you get them. You know what I mean? Because you got to wear a shirt. You know. You just go to work and go, hey, you want to see these things on my belly? Everybody's like, no. But so I told the guy, I said, I'm here for one reason and one reason only. I want to have one hot ass.
Now, do you feel comfortable jumping into the common shower after a workout at a health club, Norman? Is that something you'd be comfortable with, or no?
No. You know,
No.
Listen, if I go to a gym, I go to a gym to work out. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then I don't like that thing where you go into the thing and everybody's naked, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because I go there, I just want to get in, towel off, and go out. You know, the last thing I want to do is stare at some guy's beautiful ass for 20 minutes, you know?
The speech I want you to do for me is a speech from The Godfather, where he goes to the guy that ends up with the horse's head, and he says, "Put Johnny Fontaine in this picture," and then the old guy starts saying why Johnny Fontaine will never be in this picture.
You want me to do that right now?
You remember that speech?
I remember, but I don't remember it well enough to do it.
Can we find the text?
The Godfather.
What?
I've never seen The Godfather.
Can we find the text on the computer?
Robert, why do you want me to do
it, man?
You want me to act with you?
Are you getting it?
He's getting it now. Why are you appeasing this?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break and we'll do The Godfather.
Classic morning radio.
Yeah, The Godfather moment. And we have to do it as character.
Yeah. I'll be Robert
Dave
Duvall.
Osborne. Oh no, okay, never mind. We'll do that.
I'll do it as Super Dave.
And I'll do it as Super Dave.
And you do.
I'll be Fuji.
But you remember the guy, right?
Oh, I know you're talking about.
Like,
he's the one pissed off about Johnny Fontaine ever working.
Yeah,
I know that one. I just don't remember the speech well enough.
Oh, it was
Why are we doing
speech.
this?
Oh, it's so fun.
I don't.
I'll be Super Dave instead of Robert Duvall.
Can I also be Super Dave though?
No, you have to.
We can't be combating Super. I have to commit to this character.
You have to commit,
all right, we'll do it.
Norm's
going to reenact. Oh, Sean's done. He doesn't want to.
The future's gone.
It's 98.
It's over.
97.9. Zippy Phoenix.
Now it's just getting deep in here. We're talking philosophies and ice ages.
It was cold back then.
Norm Macdonald is joining us today with his manservant Sean O'Connor, the future of comedy.
Yeah, baby.
Who will soon have plastic surgery to be Norm, look like Norm.
I knew I should have wore a shirt.
It's the gold lame.
It's a radio joke.
And for whatever reason, I quoted "No Country for Old Men," and now you want to do a scene from The Godfather.
Yeah, but I think we should set it up.
Yeah, you go ahead. This is your thing. You direct. No,
I've
Sean,
never seen The Godfather.
You've never seen The Godfather.
I've seen every American Pie, though.
Is this one of those moments where you get in the car and you say, "I can't believe I made that guy do that"?
No, listen. We got to set this up.
Okay.
We all remember the big scene in The Godfather was the guy wakes up with the horse's head.
Satin sheets.
Sure.
Yes. You should set this up.
Is that the offer he can't refuse? Is a horse's head?
Yeah.
The sheets.
Really?
Yeah, that's the kind of the first.
The first one. He's trying to.
So set it up.
He unfolds the one.
Yeah, let's set up this scene here. Johnny Fontaine is a lounge singer, sort of loosely based on Sinatra.
Yeah.
Who the Godfather wants to put in this movie, but the movie producer refuses. We don't know why. Right?
Right.
I'm setting it up.
That's right. You're doing a great job.
Keep doing it.
And then, so they send the consulary Tom Hagen, played by Robert Duvall, to go and visit this guy and try to talk him into
getting Johnny in the car.
Yeah. So Tom Hagen,
but Johnny's not having any of it.
Tom Hagen's played by Robert Duvall, and Jack Woltz plays the producer. But in this,
nobody knows who that guy is.
In this, we're doing now. I have to do.
You're the producer because this is your idea.
I wanted you to
and you're doing it as Super Dave Osborne.
Super Dave. Yeah.
I'll be doing Tom Hagen as Liam Neeson.
Okay, as Liam Neeson.
Is that right?
Okay.
Because he's improv.
Yeah, because he's a big improv. Ready? Are you ready? All right, here we go. Mr. Corleone is Johnny Fontaine's grandfather. Now Italians regard that as a very close.
Wow, that's good.
Cut. You can't say that.
Take two. Cut.
You already knew how to do them.
Well, I wasn't just going to wing one.
Oh, okay.
You know how to do Super Dave, right? You're not just throwing this out for the first time.
All right, take two.
It's not like I said I was going to do Paula Dean and then give it a try.
Hey, there's butter in there.
I have to go again? All right,
yeah.
All right, take two. Try not to compliment me so much.
Okay.
Mr. Corleone is Johnny Fontaine's grandfather. Now Italians regard that as a very close, very sacred religious relationship.
You tell your boss he can do.
You know what?
This isn't going as well as I'd hoped.
Tell your boss he can ask for anything else, but this is one favor I can't grant him.
Mr. Corleone never asked for a second favor. Once he's refused the first. Understood?
You don't understand. Johnny Fontaine never gets that movie. That part is perfect for him. It'll make him a big star. But I'm going to run him out of the movies, and let me tell you why. Johnny Fontaine ruined one of Woltz's International's most valuable protégés. For 3 years, we had her under contract. Singing lessons, dancing lessons, acting lessons. I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. I was going to make her a big star. And let me be even more frank. Because I want to show you I'm not a hard-hearted man. But it's not all dollars and cents with me. She was beautiful. She was young and she was innocent. She was the greatest piece of ass I've ever had. And I've had them all over the world. And then Johnny Fontaine comes along with his olive oil voice and his guinea charm. And she runs off. She throws it all away just to make me look ridiculous. And a man in my position cannot afford to be made to look ridiculous. Now you get the hell out of here. And if that Goomba tries any rough stuff, you tell him I ain't no band leader. Yeah, that's right, I heard the story.
Thank you very much for the dinner and a very pleasant evening. Have your car, take me to the airport. Mr. Corleone is a man who insists on hearing bad news at once.
Oh, excellent.
And sing.
Amazing. That's great.
What are you still toying with the idea of the puppet act, or were you telling me?
Oh, no. What, you want to hear that guy?
I just remember you telling me you were working on a ventriloquist act.
Yeah, we don't call it puppet act, but thanks a lot, man, for the respect. The new thing is, as you call it, the puppet act. We call it ventriloquism.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's like
I didn't want you to be slumming there.
It's kind of postmodern ventriloquism, where the act almost talks about the non-existence of the, he cops to the fact that it's an inanimate object. You've heard that.
A reductivist approach to
yes. And I've noticed they've exchanged, they used to just have the wood, like your joke would work, the lathe, back in the late 70s when you told it, right? But now, they've replaced the Charlie McCarthys with these giant, much more likable Muppet-type characters.
Oh, right.
Right, so it would be like because they found they were making too many movies where the where the antagonist of the film was a ventriloquist dummy. Nothing but pure evil.
Right.
So then the ventriloquists were going, oh my God, this is not going to be good for my act.
The malevolence factor. So they went to sort of a sleeping bag with a face on it, the big
exactly.
plush thing.
That's what it looks like.
Uh-huh.
But no, Rusty's wood, my guy.
Wait a second. Saberhagen, you have to isolate that quote. That is going to be played regularly on this show. Rusty's wood, my guy, is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, man.
Oh, tell me about Rusty.
Hey, what, another guy canceled?
I don't know. What's Rusty look like?
What, Rusty? Oh, no, I'll get him out of the bag in a minute. But listen, man, it is
Well, listen, Norman, I can't tell you how good it is to hear from you. You know I think you're a genius.
Wait,
I love you.
Wait, is it over?
Well, I haven't played a commercial yet this hour.
No, but are we going to do another bit after the commercial?
Can you stay?
Hold on, man. Let me ask Rusty.
We'll be right back with the guys on the Dennis Miller Show. Hang in, Norman. Welcome back to the Norm Macdonald Show. Co-starring, is his name Sandy?
Rusty.
Rusty. How many puppets do you have?
I got 3.
3 in the bag?
Yeah, I got them cheaper because there were 3, but these are not cheap. I paid a pretty penny for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of them worked with Paul Winchell. This guy was a fortune, and then he's one guy. Rusty's the main guy, and plus I got a book. I do it, Hold on a sec. What the? That's just Gervitz phoning. He's phoning to ask me if I'm on with you guys. Should I take it?
Well, Gervit's checking up on you. We're all somebody's puppet, Norm. That's our plight in life.
Right, why do you keep saying puppet? Jeez, man.
I don't know. Well, these personas that you have.
Anyway, now, to me,
what's the Winchell?
They're as real as anything real, like a person.
Well, how I don't.
I have 3. One's Rusty. He's my, as it says in the book, he's my main man, and he's just like an everyman. This guy'll say anything. And then there's one puppet that's no good at all. That's he's just. he's an old guy and he's cranky about everything, right? But also, he doesn't believe the Holocaust happened. He's like the worst puppet character ever. Like, I never want to talk to him. I never use him because it always comes back to that.
It's not Steve in Vermont. The puppet isn't Steve in Vermont.
No, he's the worst, man. The guy's just, first of all, he's playing wrong. He's not like an evil guy, just ignorant. Like old mental D. But anyway, and then the third one's Richard Nixon.
Actually,
you can talk to any of them. I don't care. I know. I'm not talking to old man Jenkins.
I am not a puppet. Thank you, Norm. Norm, the last time I talked to you, you were working with a puppet. Does that still hold true?
Why? They're not called puppets, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. What are they?
Ventriloquist dummies. And even that is a little apathetic. But
what would you imagine they'd like to be called in a perfect world?
I call them my friends.
Yes, of course.
My friends in the bag. Christian wanted me to do this, but I don't know where that bag is.
What were some of the puppets? Who was your rat pack in there?
I had my regular guy Brad. He's just my buddy, you know. And then I got this old man, and I had trouble with him. He's too cranky.
Right.
And it turned out I don't even want to mention it, what he believed.
And weren't you also beginning to work with a young Chippewa girl?
Oh. No, that one was too expensive. I wish I could find my Richard Nixon doll, because now they have that Frost-Nixon debate.
Yes.
And I do have a Richard Nixon doll.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm calling him a doll, but he's somewhere. But I haven't even started working with him on the road because I'm not very good at it yet.
No. If you use the Nixon doll, you have to hold his arms up and have him say, "I am not a doll." And then you know what'll happen then? Oddly enough, as in Rosemary Woods Land, you'll be greeted by 17 and a half minutes of silence.
Man, that impression was, I would say that's about equal to Frank Langella's.
I thought it was pretty good.
No, I'm serious.
Thank you.
Frank Langella sucks.
What do you like to do during the days in San Fran to unwind? Do you go?
I just work on my ventriloquism.
Oh, how's that going, Norm?
It's going great, man. I thought Rusty and I'd do a little holiday song for you.
Oh, you're kidding me. Let me kick back here and put my feet up in front of the fire, you and Rusty. Which puppet is Rusty? Refresh me.
Rusty's just my friend. You know, I'm having a lot of trouble with my cranky old man. I don't know if you remember old Alec Majerison, the virulent anti-Semite.
Yeah, sure, I remember. What, are you kidding me? I have a plaque commemorating my first meeting.
I'm trying to get rid of that guy because you know he's a Holocaust denier. That's no secret. He's an enthusiastic Holocaust denier, and I've had it up to here with this character. You know, the man, he's just a waste of wood. But I don't know what to do. One of my Jewish friends suggested that, why don't I just throw him in a fire and burn him? But I say 2 wrongs don't make a right.
Gotta go.
But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. Let me get Rusty out here. Rusty, say hello to Dennis. Hey, Dennis, how are you?
Hey, Rusty.
What?
Hi, Rusty.
Who's the dummy here, me or you?
It's me.
It sounds like it's you.
I'm sorry, Rusty. Let me give you my man voice. Hey, Rusty, how are you doing?
Yeah, dummy. Hey, come on now, Rusty. That's ridiculous. Calling Dennis Miller a dummy on his own radio program.
Now, can I jump in here for a second and tell you, here's how crazy Norm is. I'm sitting here believing that he actually has a puppet. Like, it's not enough for him to fake the puppet act on the radio and over the phone. You did pull out a puppet and have it on your arm right now, don't you?
Of course I have my pal Rusty here. Yay!
What do you boys have planned for us today, Rusty, Norm?
We're going to do a song, according to this dummy. Would you stop calling me that? You're the dummy. Now listen, we're going to do a song, a beautiful song. Why? By the way, Rusty, what are you doing for Christmas? Are you going to see your family? Oh, sure. In my family tree, it's an actual tree. Okay, now that's just ridiculous.
You're actually overlapping dialogue here, Norm. You're not even putting a second between you and the puppet's voice.
Now, Rusty, are you ready to sing that song with me? Sure.
There you go.
Okay, I'll start. Here we go. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw him, you would say that he was a drunk. Hey, come on! Well, that's ridiculous.
What the?
Come on now, this don't ruin. This is a classic. I'm sorry. All right, now let's continue. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to town. Rudolph, with your nose so bright, have you been drinking some bathtub gin? What? Okay, now that's enough. That's way beyond the pale.
Stop it, Rusty. Stop.
I wish you'd kick the bucket. Like what? Kick the bucket. What are you talking about? You said pail. Bucket. It's a synonym. Okay, all right. Yeah, that's right. Okay, now that's ridiculous. You're the dummy. Okay.
Stop.
I'm sorry, Dennis. This is going nowhere. This is ridiculous. I apologize for wrestling.
Oh, Jesus, it's so crazy. It's gotten so crazy over the years.
I can't go on with this. This is just an abuse to the whole idea.
All right. Now, what separates Rusty's old man voice from the old Holocaust denier's voice? What? Give me that voice.
You don't want to hear from him, do you?
Well, I know Rusty's just whetted the palate for a little more puppetry.
Oh, God. I swore I'd never use this guy.
It's like the Stones doing "Sympathy for the Devil" after Altamont.
There
I
we
never
go.
thought
Alec,
I'd see you play that.
Alec, how are you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay, I guess. Yeah, I suppose. What do you think of this Christmas? What do I think of it? I'm not going to celebrate no holiday where a bunch of bearded New Yorkers killed our Savior. Hey, come on now. You're going back in the case. I'm sorry, Dennis.
Oh, Lord.
Like that
You didn't quite have control of the posse today, but I realize it's the holidays are amongst us, and that they're a little petulant this time of year.
I can never keep these guys under control.
Norman, do you still have are you still doing the Holocaust denier puppet? Is he still with you?
It turned out he's wildly unsuccessful.
Give me the damn poem, Norm. You're making me take it out of your mouth like Olivier in Marathon. Give me the damn poem.
No, the poem. Here's the thing is, my dog died last Thursday.
No, are you serious?
Yeah, man, and so I've spent many a sleepless night, and then last night I decided to put pen to paper.
Right, as a catharsis.
And get my thoughts out about my dog, my old dog, Bo. So, you want to hear the poem?
Yes.
Okay, here it is. He never came to me when I would call, unless I had a tennis ball or he felt like it. But mostly he didn't come at all. I mean, there were problems when he was young. He never learned to heel or sit or stay. He did things his way. As the young folks say, Dennis, I guess discipline was not his bag. But when you were with him, things sure didn't drag. He'd dig up a rose bush just to spite me. And then when I'd grab him, he'd turn and bite me. I mean, I was scared. Ah, man, he bit a lot of folks from day to day. The delivery boy was his favorite prey. Man, he tore the hell out of that kid. The gas man wouldn't even read our meter. He said I owned a real man-eater. God, how I wish I'd listened to that gas man. You're not going to believe this, but he set the house on fire. Look, the story's too long to tell. Suffice to say that he survived, but the house was a smoldering hell. On the evening walks, and Gloria took him. That's my wife. That's my wife, Dennis, Gloria. He was always the first out the door. The old one and I brought up the rear. That's what I call my wife, the old one. Why I married an old woman, I have no idea. But anyways, the old one and I brought up the rear because our bones were sore. Probably because that dog would chew on the bones of our legs every cursed day. He would charge up the street with Mom hanging on. Boy, what a beautiful pair they made. And if it was still light and the tourists were out, they created a bit of a stir. And by stir, I mean countless lawsuits. But every once in a while, he'd stop in his tracks and with a frown.
And then it's about to go down. We're here to stay and run this town. Bring in the heat, bring in the energy. We're the queens of the festival, can't you see? We're the queens of the festival, here to rule the stage. Dropping beats and make your body engage. From sunrise to sunset, we're taking it all. We're the festival queens standing tall. Ooh, yeah, ooh. From dawn till dusk, we command the crowd's gaze. Every beat, every rhyme sets our souls ablaze. With swagger and style, we own this domain. In the realm of music, we reign supreme, no chain. Feel the rhythm pulsating through your veins. Our verses ignite, fire never wane. With each lyric we spit, each move we make, we carve our legacy, leaving jaws to quake. We're the queens of the festival, here to rule the stage. Dropping beats and make your body engage. From sunrise to sunset, we're taking it all. We're the festival queens standing tall. Ooh, I get it. Ooh. No crown needed, our all's the crown jewel in the kingdom of sound. We never play the fool with beats as our scepters and rhymes as our decree. We're the sovereigns of rhythm for all to see. So bow down to the queens as we own the night. In the kingdom of music, we're the guiding light. From the first note to the last, we'll always be the festival queens, forever wild and free.
On his face, look around. It was just to make sure that the old one, that's my wife, was there and would follow where he was bound. And we knew damn well enough to follow, I'll tell you that. We're early to bedders at our house, Dennis. I guess I'm the first to retire. I like to get to sleep before the old one clambers into bed. And as I'd leave the room, he'd look at me and get up from his place by the fire. God, he loved that fire. He'd stare at it for hours. It was like he was getting messages from it. He knew where the tennis balls were upstairs, and I'd give him one for a while. He'd push it under the bed, and with his nose, and I'd fish it out with a smile, a nervous smile. And before very long, he'd tire of the ball and be asleep in his corner in no time at all. By the fire! And there were nights when I'd feel him climb on our bed and lie between us. And I don't know what to do. I just
All right, I wanted to come back with Norm, but I guess we didn't.
I'm here, man.
Oh, I thought you were going to come back and wrap the poem up.
I'm wrapping it up right now.
Christian, come on.
Ready?
Go ahead.
And now, God forgive me for saying this, he's finally dead. But there are nights when I swear I feel him climb on our bed and lie between us. And there are nights when I think I feel that god-awful stare, and I reach out my hand to stroke his hair, but he's not there. The old one thinks he lives in the fire and comes out at dark. Oh, and I wish that wasn't so. I'll always fear a dog named Bo.
Norm, that was beautiful. Now let me ask you this. Was there ever really a dog named Bo?
No, I stole it off Jimmy Stewart.
This is the Dennis Miller Show.
I got a list of things that I'm thankful for. Every year I make them on the day before Thanksgiving.
Right.
So I can make a little speech, you know.
Right.
And I like if you'll have me to read my list.
Yeah, I'm going to not even interrupt you. You take your time.
Well, firstly, I'm thankful for the fine ladies who live across this country and leave pies on their windowsills, so an old chunk of coal like me might have a meal from time to time. I'm thankful for all of my 5 children, especially the one that I like. I'm thankful for the simple things in life, like bread. Although I've never tried it myself, I hear it's quite good. I'm very thankful for the brave man who pulled me from a burning building last April and unfortunately perished in the process. I'll never forget him, you know. I don't remember his name, but I think he had a mustache.
Oh, Jesus, Lord.
Of course, I'm thankful for being able to do stand-up comedy for a living, you know. There's nothing more gratifying than to step on a stage before a quiet crowd and with my comedy slowly turn them into an unruly mob. I'm thankful for women, the greatest creatures on earth, because without women, Dennis, there would be no cookies. I'm glad that this year the police finally solved the baffling murder of Margot Hemingway. And finally, what I'm most thankful for, of course, is serious, you know, is friends. Yes, friends. Especially that one where Joey buys Chandler a duck. That's the one I like the best.
Norm, I don't even think we punctuate that. I think it is such a beautiful list that we appreciate you calling in. We are thankful for your continued patronage here, and you have a good time in Hawaii. Happy Thanksgiving, my friend.
Yeah, give my love to your family, buddy.
Looking for dank meme apparel or epic anime apparel? Then you should definitely check out link in the description. They also have anime and manga merch, casual wear merch, comic and cartoon merch.